Sourcing local flowers in the winter is unique anywhere in the country, but especially here in the Mid-Atlantic. Today, in this video, I'm going to walk you through some of the flowers that I have in my shop here in Baltimore, tell you a little bit about the farmers that grew them and how I'm going to use them in my designs. I'm Ellen Frost. I've been a florist for over 15 years. I write a weekly free newsletter all about my flower adventures, which you should definitely subscribe to because it's awesome. I'm also building a community of flower nerds online. So today I'm going to show you a little bit about the flowers that I have here in my shop. These were all sourced locally from within 100 miles of Baltimore. New this week in our shop is Dusty Miller, and I'll just show you how it came to our shop. It came in the same bucket. It's a little bit short. It is the first of the season. It's grown inside a heated greenhouse, but everybody loves Dusty Miller. It's a great foliage, so even though it's short, I'm really excited to use it. And this is the round leaf variety. I think it's called New Age. There is a lacy variety, but we really like this round leaf variety the best. The next foliage I'm going to show you is scented geranium. The scented geranium is going crazy right now. We actually have 3 different kinds. You can see the stem length. They're really tall. This one has sort of a purple, like stripy vein through it, very fragrant. This one has a much smaller leaf, and you can see it is a little bit shorter. And then this one here has an even more unique leaf. It's a little, looks kind of like a ginkgo leaf. These are about the same height, and then this other one is a little bit taller. So scented geranium is a great foliage whenever you can get it. This is popular all year round. This is grown in a greenhouse, and we're really grateful to have it because there isn't a ton of foliage available this time of year, except for evergreens, which we're kind of overusing. So scented geranium, awesome, great scent, great filler for any of your designs. So also new in the shop this week, which I'm really excited about, this is Freesia. Freesia is one of my, I'm probably going to say this about just about every one of these flowers, one of my favorite winter, early spring flowers. Freesia is really fragrant and just so beautiful. You can see the stem length, maybe, I don't know what that is, 14, 16 inches. It comes in a 10 stem bunch. And I want to just show you the harvest stage, the correct harvest stage for Freesia. So usually Freesia is harvested with 1 open bloom and then maybe 1 or 2 other blooms coloring up. And it's important to know that because as the farmer, you want to harvest it at the correct stage. And as the florist, you want to make sure that you are accepting flowers from the farmer that are harvested in the correct stage. These that are closed but just coloring up are great too. You can see that this first bloom is just about to pop open and these other 2 are just getting colored up. So this is a great harvest stage. Freesia is just terrific in arrangements because it is so fragrant. If you're not sure about what harvest stage is or what the right harvest stage for a certain flower is, I highly recommend this book called Postharvest Handling Cut Flowers and Greens. This is by the Association of Specialty Cut Flower Growers. This is the book that we use, that a lot of our growers use as a starting point to understand harvest stage. And it's really terrific because it shows you for every flower, it gives you information about the flower, when it should be harvested, the vase life. It's really a super useful book that I would highly recommend everybody to get. Also, there's one of my flower arrangements on the back cover. All right, next new this week, these are Hummingbird Poppies. Everybody goes crazy for Hummingbird Poppies. The proper harvest stage of these is the cracked stage, which means if you can see right here, this fuzzy little bud is just barely cracked. You can see that you can just start to see the color in there. That is the proper stage. You really do not want to harvest them for sale to a florist when they're wide open because the petals are so delicate, they can really bruise easily or even the petals can fall off. So you want to make sure you're harvesting in this stage. The grower who we buy these from, Butterbee Farm, also told me If for some reason there's one that hasn't cracked in the bunch, all of these are mostly cracked, that you can actually hand crack them just so that that helps them open up a little bit in the vase. So we have started doing that. She told us that last year, and we've started doing it this year with these. So I know poppies are pretty delicate, but they get a pretty good vase life. You can get maybe 5 to 7 days vase life with these poppies if they're cut in the proper stage and fresh when you buy them. So we've had tulips here in the shop for a few weeks, but this is a new variety that I wanted to show you. It's one of my favorites. We had it last year and our customers went crazy for it because it's so unique. So this is called Peptalk, and just the name is fun, right? Peptalk. So what's cool about Peptalk, they are shorter, I will tell you, than a lot of the varieties that we get. You can see. But what's cool is that this is the same variety and every single bloom is different. Some are more yellow with just like a hint of pink. Some are really more pink. Some are almost all pink. These are just a fan favorite. I love using them, and they're really versatile because you can use them with a lot of different sort of pinks and yellow color palettes this time of year. So Peptalk, definitely a favorite. All right, also in the shop this week we have snapdragons. These snapdragons are massive. These come from Flowers by Bowers. There's a lot of unique things about these snaps. One, they're grown indoors hydroponically in the winter. Another thing is that you can see that these are very different. These are not, the stems are not cleaned at all. Basically, the plant has been hacked off at the bottom, rubber banded, and sold to us. So I don't recommend this. However, the benefit to us is that the snaps are less expensive than they would otherwise be if they were totally cleaned. So most florists are going to expect these stems to be cleaned. For us, we love snaps. We love this grower. We need snaps in the winter. So we buy them like this, and then we take our time to clean these stems. But like I said, if you're a grower, this is not the way that most florists expect their flowers to come. They mostly expect them to be cleaned. So be careful that if you are presenting a florist with flowers like this, that you've already had a conversation with them about that's how they're going to come, so the florist knows what to expect. But these snaps, super tall, these aren't even the tallest, and they are so long lasting. I have customers that have come in for the last couple weeks telling me that their snaps have lasted 2 weeks in the vase. So really fresh, really beautiful, and perfect line flower for winter designs. So this is the bucket that we've been waiting for. Everybody has been waiting patiently for ranunculus and anemones. We've had anemones in the winter, but these are local to Baltimore from Butterbee Farm, and look at this stem length. I mean, these are greenhouse grown. They are massive. They are so beautiful. The blooms are huge, and these stems are almost 2 feet tall. So just thrilled to have these in the shop. This was our first big anemone harvest from Butterbee, and we're really excited to get to use those. This is also our very first bunch of ranunculus for the season. Ranunculus is going to start coming on hot and heavy in just a couple of weeks, and then it's going to be really strong until maybe the end of April, beginning of May, when it starts to get warm. Ranunculus is everybody's favorite flower. Our customers love it, our designers love it, I love it, the growers love it. So really excited, first ranunculus of the season, great stem length, and just excited that there's going to be more coming. And then lastly, our first bunch of butterfly ranunculus. Now these, you can see the stem length on these. I want to just show you how these are harvested and sold to us, because we have gotten butterfly ranunculus cut in a million different ways. Cut short, side shoots cut, the whole plant cut. So I want to show you just how these have been harvested and brought to us. This is a great way to harvest. Terrific stem length. We've got a couple blooms here, a little side shoot here. This really is the ideal way for us to get these stems. Once you start getting into, this is like a sort of shorter side shoot. Once you start getting into these shorter side shoots, it gives the florist less flexibility about what they're going to do with it. So this stem length is amazing. You can see we've got some reds. If you haven't checked out our newsletter, we wrote about unexpected red this week, and this ranunculus would be a perfect addition to that. We also have just 1 or 2 little pinks. So like I said, these are all going to be coming on just in the next couple of weeks. We're really going to be using a ton of these. So really excited, ready now that Valentine's Day is past. We've got our sights set on spring and really excited about all of the local flowers that we have available to us in our region.